Okay, we're cooking.
Hey,
and Patrick
found the glory.
Patrick Zoinkin.
We're cooking with gasoline here.
Did you start?
Yep, we started.
Do you not hear the beeps?
I don't listen to those when I'm trying to open up a Zoinker.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Jesus, the echo in this room is insane.
It's because it's echoey. We haven't set up enough carpeting on the walls. We haven't set up
There's
enough
a dog here, though.
flags on the walls. The dog is absorbing some of the sound. So we're in another different room.
And another
folks.
dimension.
Yes. We're trying all the different rooms.
And when I pod, I like to be in another dimension for sure.
Years.
I like this room.
This room's good.
There's plants.
Let us know how the sound is. Let us know which room's your favorite room.
Yeah.
You guys don't know anything other than what we're sort of describing and the way our voice sounds. So
There is a vibe, like you can tell. Like
Yeah.
I think
When
this
you're
is the
listening.
thing they're least concerned with.
They don't care.
Yeah,
They
it's
want
what-
content and they want to laugh.
It's what we keep talking about, though.
Yeah.
'Cause this is new to us on the regular. Welcome to the Portugal Corner, the podcast where we talk about all things Portuguese soccer, the good, the bad, and the funny. This is episode 176. I am Evan.
Patrick,
Justin.
Chris,
Hey, what's happening, boys?
what up?
we're back. We're here.
Yep, we're living that life.
We're living. We're thriving.
Feeling good? Feeling great?
And as long as you can hear all of us very clearly, because I listen to some podcasts on the amateur level, sort of like our amateur level, and you can't hear as good. We pride ourselves on sound, guys.
Sound
Yes,
quality.
I've invested plenty of money and some collectively after the fact. And yes, we do a good job on
This
sound.
is good. Yeah, this isn't just like a Skype call or something.
Yeah.
No.
Skype is over, actually.
We're all in the
And-
same room.
Yeah.
And if you're on our Patreon list and followers, thank you for contributing because you've helped out to some of the sound quality
Yes,
stuff.
thank you very much.
Yes.
As long as it's the four of us. Like next week we might be potting from the Himalayas or something, and it's just as long as it's us four.
I don't think there's enough Patreon money coming in for us to fly out to the Himalayas.
No.
Well, maybe one day.
It would be
Maybe.
too echoey. Imagine this room.
The
Now
sound,
imagine
yeah.
the Himalayas. It would
Yeah.
be so echoey.
The wind, yeah.
Portugal Corner.
Ooh, good. That's a good effect, though.
Yeah.
Guys, American booze has been taken off the shelves. How are we feeling? Missing the bourbon?
We can survive without it. We love rye here.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean,
well,
Irish whiskey.
I come from the bar industry, so a little difficult, a little bit of a hiccup for us. We can't even get spiced rum right now. All the spiced rum that we carry,
Oh, all goes to America?
all goes to America. Sourpuss.
Oh,
We got a bunch of featured cocktails with sourpuss. Now we got to change things up.
Justin's a real sourpuss.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's great for when you're like watching a game. So I like watching teams. Some the Toronto teams are blue based, and the Portuguese is red based. And then I love having like a red shot after Benfica wins, or I love having a blue shot after
TFC?
Benfica wins. You know, I mean after the Leafs win. Pardon me. So you know what I'm saying?
You color your shots based on the. Oh, I like that.
Based on the team.
Yeah, I like that.
And then when you throw up later, it's themed.
It's a rainbow.
Like, oh,
Come on, that's
Yeah.
nasty.
oh,
Guys.
bro, he's throwing up Maple Leafs colors.
Stop.
True fan.
Yep.
Oh,
It was International Women's Day this weekend. Ligue 1, the McDonald's League. They celebrated. I didn't understand this woe equal to man.
It's brutal.
I guess women are equal.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they were going for, but it looks kind of stupid.
Oh, it's terrible. And you know what I gotta say too is like it's not French.
Yeah.
Nah.
And I saw the pictures of this jersey, and I was like, "What is this?" Like, whoa, man! Like, what's going
Whoa,
on?
man.
Yeah, they gotta not let Ronald McDonald run this league anymore. He's making all the marketing decisions there.
There's something about like
Is Ronald McDonald a man?
It's the McDonald's League.
Yeah.
I think there's something about a European man that like really like loves the beauty of a woman. Like they're so like very sexual and like very sensual and like, but they cannot get any of this stuff right. What they do, the red paint in Italy for like beating women. They like put red paint on your face so it looks like you.
I like that one. I like that one better than this one.
I think they can't get anything right.
The harder they try to make it aware, it makes them seem like it's worse.
Yes, exactly.
It's like there's a problem here, and we're trying to fix it.
They got to
At least they're trying.
You ever go to like a bar and there's like a sign in the bar that's like, please don't do drugs in our bathroom. It's like you go there, you're like, wow, everyone's doing drugs here.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Like,
also, it's like, well, I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna do drugs. Here.
yeah.
Now we're gonna get some drugs.
You're like, this is a drug bar? Cool.
Obviously, this has been a problem before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of drugs, Patreon promo. We got a $5 tier. We'll do a weekly shout out for you. Just kind of lowering the bar right there.
You did not talk to us about that.
Whoa.
It's okay. Evan is the commissioner of this
true.
podcast.
We'll do the shout outs. Regular Patreon's like $2. $5. We'll shout out your business.
I'll shout you out all week. Everything I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
at the bars.
We shout out shit sometimes, for free.
We didn't
and
even
don't
go there.
think about it. Now we got to stop shouting out.
What wine are we drinking?
They
gotta
didn't,
pay.
they didn't pay us anything.
Oh, we're not.
No, this is from Dow Regional Portugal. They don't got to pay us.
Oh, do
we
you
gotta
mean-
talk about the Dow.
Do you mean like someone's business in Toronto or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Local
yeah. No,
businesses.
that makes sense.
Wherever your business is.
Oh, I thought it was just like if Neil has an opinion, I would do that for $5 too. If Neil's got an opinion,
We'll say whatever
wants
he wants us to say.
Justin, you just did it for him for free.
No, but he says he wants to say something
Hey, if
on
you-
our podcast. We read
If
it.
he shoots us a text or a message, I'll do that. He's a Patreon.
Yeah, hell
He's
yeah.
a Patreon guy.
Thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
We love him. We know him. We love him.
All right. To the footy or anything else? Anything else to get off your chest before we jump in?
Nah.
No, I got something for International Women's Day.
Oh, no.
I was gonna bring it up for once we get to like Benfica, but now that it's in my mind, I might forget.
Let's go.
This is like I was gonna tweet this, but this is like high times, like great. This is the Benfica camera guy's favorite moment. That horny producer who just picks out the Benfica babes in the audience. They made a compilation of like all
I watched a
like
bit of
just
that,
the best women that go to the fucking
I do
games.
like in Benfica TV, they show the crowd a lot, and I like seeing the Benfica fans, but it's a lot of the hot women in the crowd.
very much so.
We've talked about this before, how horny the cameramen are.
So I just want to say it's like their highlight.
Relentlessly.
Yeah.
This is a pinnacle of the year.
But it's
Well,
not
yeah.
his fault there's so many hot babes in the crowd.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's good for him. Like it's his St. Patty's Day. It's his Christmas.
This is the day, yeah.
International.
They've been
Women's Day,
compiling
huh?
all the footage.
Well, there's
I think that's how it works.
For the creepy cameraman, he's frothing and foaming.
it's not the it's I
Doing that
don't
every week though.
I
do-
know, but today's the day he's got the go ahead. He's got the green light to froth and foam.
I don't blame the cameraman. The cameraman has direct instructions from up top. The producer's got a room with all the TV screens. He tells you which one gets on the TV. So he's looking, and he's the guy who's going number 6.
Well,
No, but there's at least
number 7.
There's at least 5 with different
Number
babes,
4.
and the
Okay.
guy's picking the different babes.
Okay.
It makes it sound so much
Okay.
increasingly worse.
The more you guys are saying it, the more that I think that there's actually a meeting happening before this whole
Of course.
situation.
Oh, yeah.
And they go, cameraman 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys all scout for babes, and then there's somebody who's picking the babe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
The guy who's running the show, yeah.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the cameraman; it's the guy picking the feeds.
The producer. Yep.
The producer's frothing.
And there was a time when I was really horny for the cheerleaders. I haven't seen them a lot in a while.
Did they
but
get rid of the cheerleaders
I think they might have toned
before
it down.
International Women's Day? Damn.
Insane. All right, let's jump into it. The Portuguese league, Porto. Wow, big game, huge game. They take on Braga at the Quarry.
Oh, we're going straight to the worst team, the
Yeah.
Dragons.
Yeah, uneventful day. They lose 1-0.
Uneventful for you, brother.
Was this the only game they had this week? Because was there not like Conference League or something?
They're out of everything.
Oh,
They ain't in
jeez.
it. This is all they got now.
Huh. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
why they came out.
And then, so what'd they do then?
They louse. Hey man, Braga's got 38-year-old Joao Moutinho out there,
Leading the
man of the
charge.
match.
He killed it, yeah. So how was it? They played shit?
Yeah, literally, they would like bring the ball up the field and get to like half, and then they would either pass it out or just the ball would get taken from them, or they'd foul, and it just got really boring, and they just did nothing.
I
They
gotta
got
say,
nothing.
this is pretty worrisome for you. Like, you should be kind of embarrassed. Braga has been just bums lately.
They've been okay, but yeah, Porto is just like, Martin, he's trying to switch to this 3-4-3 formation. These guys at Porto don't know how this works. Like Sporting, Ruben Amorim was cracking away at it like 6 years ago. Sporting they figured it out in time. This is way too new to Porto. These guys don't know how to do 3-4-3.
It's the new trend. It's the new philosophy.
Well,
Yeah, they're
It's
not
the
up to
Anselmi
speed.
way.
Yeah. So it's either, I don't think they're going to give up on the manager right away, but it's going to be like he needs to bring in his guys that know how to do this because this shit isn't working.
It's very interesting because you guys are almost in the exact same situation as Manchester United, and we'll get to them later. But
Yes.
let's compare the situations in that you have a guy installing this new system. He's addicted to it. It's got to be 3-4-3. Doesn't have the players yet, but I think Manchester United, because they've been so shit for so long, are going to be a little more patient. It's just, it's a
Yeah.
weird, like, almost dichotomy or, like, upside down kind of thing. Because it's like they've been bad for so long that they're more patient because they're like, well, fuck, what's our alternative?
Yeah. Porto was like, we were good 2 years ago.
Yes.
How are we this shit?
Right. So and a lot of people I've seen on the tweets and stuff are blaming the squad. Do you look at the squad, or are you saying, like, they should just try and get results this year, finish third, and then revamp it next year? Like, what do you think?
well, the team's pretty new, right? Like, there's a lot of new players. It's not like
There was a lot of changeover with, hence, like, the presidency change also. Also, Village Boa is trying to, like, kind of secure a strong transfer market in the coming window. Like, we just sold a bunch of guys. We made, like, 100 mil in January.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of turnover.
Yeah. And then it's like we're just playing with guys that, that were just around.
Yeah.
So,
they got to get their confidence up and all
yes,
that, right?
but with the new manager doing a new style and just guys that are there.
It's a lot going on.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's almost like, I think about this sometimes with United, because I do think they are doing the right thing, and I do back Amorim. But on the flip side, and I'm going to talk about Porto specifically, it's like, well, if all these guys are going to be flipped next year, you're teaching the style and the formation to people who aren't going to be there. So what is the point of that?
Yeah.
It's like you work somewhere and you're training somebody that's they're leaving.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
why am I training this person so hard? They're not going to be here next
Well,
year.
that's how
What's the
that's
point?
how interns work. You
I
don't know
know.
where interns are going to end up.
So you guys are a bunch of interns, is what you're saying.
Our squad, our squad
Yeah.
are a bunch of interns.
Damn.
Would you prefer like a manager who looks at his squad and plays towards their strengths, or just tries to force his ideas on players who can't?
I think,
Really do
and
it.
I feel like this is where Justin was going, where it's like, I feel like for this season, you gotta just play to win, and then eventually, but then
It does. The rest of the season doesn't matter for Porto.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
but you
like,
wouldn't want to end up fourth, and they're in danger of doing that.
Third's different from fourth. Porto doesn't want to finish fourth. That's not in their head. That's not in their DNA. But then also, do you kind of just like... And somebody's not going to be like a get a guy. He's not going to be like, we're going to play 4-4-2 for the rest of the year, simplify this shit, and you guys just play as hard as you fucking can, or else you're off the team.
They
You know what
should
I
do
mean?
that,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
he's not going to be like that.
Maybe they should just got George Costa to finish this season.
Yeah, but there was even a point in the game where it's like Diogo Costa kind of just passed the ball out, and because of the system, there's no like kind of central midfielder because there's like two center mids,
Right.
and he just passed it out into the middle of the field, and like no one was there, and just went back to Braga, and it's like, okay, well, great distribution there.
The kind of crazy part is, sorry, but I feel like Braga didn't even have to play that well to win. They got a lucky chance with
Yeah,
Ricardo Horta doing a nice free kick, but he wanted that to get deflected. It found its way in. Very good goal by him, but also just Braga seemed to give up too. They've sold Bruma, they sold guys. So
You guys need a grizzled vet in the center of that team, like the heart of that team, to really.
that'd be Eustachio,
Yes.
no?
Yeah.
Well, you
He's-
let a 38-year-old run your midfield.
yes, Mr.
from the other-
Marcano, and then I
Or
mean,
Joao Moutinho, I meant.
oh.
Run your shit.
Run
Yeah.
your shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got Marcano in the back, and then Eustachio didn't play this game.
Yeah, that's why I thought Eustachio would be that grizzled vet that you would put in there, but he's not
Yeah.
really using him this game.
Went with Varela and Franco.
I don't even know how much of a vet or how grizzled he is, really.
I would say on Porto he's pretty grizzed.
And
got some
Portuguese
grizz.
league, he's been around.
He's
Yeah,
grizzed up.
That's true, yeah.
But he also just like fucking works like 10 times harder than the average player. So
Yeah.
I mean that'll age you out pretty quick.
Not being said, I mean, and not saying like his performance has been outstanding. Like he's been okay. He's also had his red card moments in Europe. I think he blew a gasket.
Yeah, that happens. But he's fighting. He's fighting for the team. That's what you want to see. There's a bunch of guys that are like, what are they doing? They're lazy.
Was it Borges was also kind of like very fighting for the team.
Yeah.
He spoke very well a couple weeks ago. I don't know how the performance has been. I seen him trying to like, when a guy tries to like kind of do those like one-timed curl placed into the top corner shots, but then they explode out into the stands. He does that a lot.
He's got no luck with those shots.
He's trying them.
They work in training, maybe.
Yeah.
Porto didn't know how to move forward. The Braga, they stepped up their light show in the Quarry. They're trying to get to Benfica's level. How do you guys feel about this?
I think it's good. Good atmosphere in the stadiums. We're setting the tone for lights in stadiums.
I look forward to the day I get to go to the Braga Stadium.
Oh, yeah, we will.
I got to go there.
We got to go to the Quarry.
Yeah.
And you have jerseys to wear there.
Oh, yeah. Good ones.
Strong
ones.
My other point is going to be Samu when he got smacked in the head. And everyone's freaking out about this. I think it was just a 50-50, to be honest.
Yeah, people say that the main point about this is that the goalie has a right to come out, and also the goalie made the save. It wasn't like he went for the ball and missed. That ball's going in the net, and the goalie saved it, and then they hit.
He got the ball first, and that's what counts.
How soft do we want soccer to be? That's what happens. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
contact.
It's a follow-through.
That's not a penalty.
No, I don't think so either. I agree with that call. As much as I would have liked to get a penalty and
if I'm Samu, am I going to fight?
Tie it up?
Am I going to fight for a penalty if I'm Samu? Yeah, hell yeah. But
I'll kind of make the case that it's kind of a little bit like it's reminding me of in American football where like if you throw the ball at a wide receiver, the cornerback has to at least like make a play on the ball. They can't just like stand in front of the wide receiver and block him and like be face to face with him and like just kind of like hold your hands up and wave at him.
yeah.
You have to make a play on that ball. And the way that goalie is coming out, it looks like he's very late, and he's lucky that the shot hit his hand. Because really, he's trying to go for that guy's head, and he bonks him pretty good.
He is a little
He's
lucky.
going for the ball.
He's going for the ball, yeah.
He's going for the ball very late.
The ball hit Samu first, right? And then
Yes.
he got it. That's a little lucky, but he got it.
I think that part is very lucky.
Well, he went up. He knew where the ball was going to go. It was going to go to Samu's head, and then what does he have to do? He's got to block it off of his head, right?
Yeah, and he did that, yeah.
So
Then you punch their best player in the head, and it's not the end of the world. You're feeling pretty good about it.
That guy's
your
concussed.
accomplishment.
He's not the same for the rest of the game.
yeah,
You're good.
and that's a big win for Braga right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shit day for Porto. It's a pretty boring ass game, and I'm just waiting for them to be entertaining again because this has been terrible.
Hey, the vibes were good like a month ago. I'm
Yeah.
sure the vibes will come back.
It's like you're doing bad, and it's not even a fun watch. Like, I
No.
remember Benfica came in like third, and we had Darwin. I was like, that was pretty fun. Like, he was doing stuff, so
Yeah.
it was at least fun to watch a shit season.
Darwin's always entertaining.
Yeah, but there's always a bright spot. Like they have Samu, but then like there's also the bad parts of that year, which was like Vertonghen and
The waffle?
and Tarapt, and you're like, this is not good.
Oh, yeah, Tarapto was bad.
Yeah.
Wrapped. Amazing.
Vertonghen's a legend, man.
Hey, the streets won't forget.
Yeah.
Nope.
Benfica, despite an early red card for Barcelona and 26 shots, Benfica unable to score any goals at the luge. Freak shot by Rafinha trickles into the back of the net, and Barca secure a 1-0 lead and win in the Champions League. What happened, guys?
Not a good day at the office.
Good chances, though. Early Actor Koglu chance. Second half, so many good chances. Well, they were man up second half.
Early Arthur Kogo chance was great. That was a really great save. Gotta hand it to him there.
Clear red card.
Pavlidis makes a break for it. If that guy doesn't take him down, he's probably gonna miss. Let's say, come on, guys, let's be honest here.
No, he's a bit informed.
Pavlidis has been good lately. He
Yeah.
has been good.
All right, Pavlidis has been good lately.
We believe in him now.
Let's say he scores. The defender made a great tackle outside the box, and what I mean by great is because it forced them to not give up a penalty and just take the free kick. He's sidelined, and this is where you think, okay, Benfica at home, a man up against a defensively weak Barcelona team.
Yeah.
I almost think Barcelona would have scored more goals if they didn't defend and play a low block, and they were open and went back and forth like the 5-4 game, right?
Also, you guys had like such an explosive game against them like a couple weeks back. Or like, if
Yeah.
that many goals happened, like
Yeah, we had a decently explosive game against them this week. It was just kind of like, it was just, Patrick was saying, it was all just shots at the net, and it was weak and
weak shots.
And what Patrick said most damning was cowardly. Do you want to talk
Cowardly.
about like Arsenal's shots and stuff like that? That's what you were saying to me during the game.
Yeah, to more like be more brave, put their foot through it, take better shots. A lot of weak shots at the goalie too.
Pick a corner and put your fucking foot through it.
Yeah.
Arsenal didn't. They're like.
You got to give credit to Szczesny. He made some amazing saves.
yeah, Szczesny makes shaves.
Szczesny made saves, but you know who else made a fucking incredible save? Was Trubin, the 3-time save?
Yeah, Chubin's been great. Yeah.
That was absolutely off the wall. That was Trubin's best moment when he leaves the club, which I'm sure I don't think he's going to be a career Benfica player. When he leaves the club, that's going to be on all the highlight reels. That was fantastic. And then, just not putting them away.
There's that moment with the flares. What happened there? Flares went crazy. There was Roman candles going off.
We got our no-name boys. They like to go hard. The closest game to the anniversary,
It was their birthday.
They throw the flares.
It was the No Name Boys anniversary, but they didn't throw them on the field, so I think it was fine. The refs got scared. They're cowards. The refs were cowards.
Roman candles is going to be a fine for the club.
Wow.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
No, we can take it.
The fine. Come on.
I'm just saying that's how it is in pro sports.
The goal was an Antonio Silva mistake, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He didn't look up.
Yeah.
He did not look up. He was making a play. He thought it was like they're against 10 men. These guys aren't pressing at all. I can just pass this over to Carreras on that side there.
Yeah.
He didn't look up. Rafinha sneaks in behind, grabs that ball, and then just takes a wicked shot and hits a deflection, and fucking we're down 1-0 when we should be up 2-0.
You can't be doing that. Antonio Silva's strong play is definitely not his passing. That was the difference with Ruben Dias. He was good with his feet. He's a pretty good passer. That's why Man City wanted him, I guess.
I think it's a passing thing, but it's also a little bit of that's a concentration mistake.
Yeah.
That's not being locked in. That's being passive. That's being like I looked down.
Bad pass.
Yeah, it wasn't too.
Yeah,
it wasn't
but
too
also,
anything.
But also, man, it's like
He looked at the ball and received it, and he didn't look up, and he didn't to pass it. He wanted to get it out quickly.
He does give it away, but the fact that any player is going to shoot from that far out the box and like is like an eater goal where it's just like low ball rolling outside of the goalie's hands, and you're like it's like a freak shot. Like not a lot of guys can pull off that finish. Even if you give the ball to them there.
It was a lucky shot.
He didn't
but
look.
you can't give the ball up in that area like that. That's crazy.
True.
Yeah, a game of this magnitude, I think you got to be a little more dialed in than that.
Also, I think, look, I'm only saying this as an analyst, not someone on the field, not someone who's played at any kind of high level. But if you're Carreras and you're looking at Antonio Silva and he does not look at you, right? He didn't even see you. You can tell because you're watching the game. You're thinking, this ball's not coming at me. Because he didn't even fucking look at me.
He wasn't even really ready for it.
He was not ready for that ball at all. And he's like,
it wasn't even that close to him.
It wasn't that close to him.
I would say that pass was about 5 yards off.
Yeah. But yeah, Barca take the lead there, and then they just fucking hold it down.
Yeah, and these are the shots where, we're kind of watching the highlights as we're going, but where Patrick's really like, put your fucking foot through this one. Like, what are you trying to place it really hard? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, hit it like you mean it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like side footing it. Shit. It's not that great.
Yeah.
No, you got to pick a side. Ronaldo Sanchez comes on and looks bright. I actually thought, like, people were, like, kind of shitting on that move. I was like, you know what? He came on and he was like, we got a score here, pushing, took a good shot.
Yeah, I did appreciate he took charge. He was like, I want the ball. I want to make shit happen.
Yeah, he was
and he was also the far throw-in guy, which is kind of cool. I mean, he threw it right into the box, but it could start something.
He's going to throw it his back like that.
No, he does. Hey, come on, man. Inshallah, he does it.
Yeah. Careful, Sanchez. Don't make any crazy movements.
Rego comes on, and I wanted to say that Karem and Amdouni, I'm not really sure about, but I know Karem and Orkin, they're on Ramadan right now. So this game was a night game on a Wednesday night. Perfect time for them because they get to have a little iftar and then go to the game.
They can have a little snacky
They
before.
can have a banana, a nice Greek yogurt maybe.
Maybe one of those juicy gel packs that they have.
I think Chris was saying it doesn't matter that much. Like Salah does it all the time, like day games in Premier League.
Salah has it. Well,
During Ramadan, he doesn't play well.
Well, once we get to the PSG Liverpool game, we'll talk.
We
about
will,
it.
yeah.
He was a ghost. Man was a ghost.
Oh,
You're a jumper. You're always jumping
I'm
ahead.
not jumping, but he knows
Yeah.
Ramadan stuff.
Yeah,
we're on Champions League. You want to just go there?
let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, Liverpool 1-0 against PSG. An onslaught of goals, and Mr. Alisson Becker stands up.
Sort of similar story. I'll just say this. Sort of similar story where one team's dominating the play and it goes the opposite way. So what did you think, Chris?
I kept seeing that meme of Homer fighting. Lenny.
Frederick Tatum?
It's Homer versus Lenny, and he keeps punching until he's exhausted, and Homer just goes boop, knocks him out.
Yeah.
Well, that was a whole episode where he fought a bunch of people and he would just take a bunch of hits.
Yes.
But
The rope-a-dope strategy, if you will, popularized by Muhammad Ali, which got him fatally ill.
yes. But yeah, Salah was basically a ghost that entire game. Like, if Alisson didn't stand on his head, we could have went down.
Yeah, you guys
3-0.
shouldn't be relying just on Salah to make something happen. Not that he is your best player and he should step
Absolutely
up.
not. But yeah, Luis Diaz, he was a ghost too. I'm forgetting who else.
Darwin Gakpo.
Yeah,
Jota,
Gakpo
I
didn't
think,
play.
played.
Jota played. He was a ghost. So offensively, just totally weak. And two of those guys weren't on Ramadan, so they don't even have a good excuse.
Got no excuses. Alisson makes 10 saves from a barrage of 26 shots from the French.
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott scores in the 87th. How did that even happen?
Slot goes, okay, I've seen enough of Salah shit in the bed. We're gonna punt Harvey Elliott. 47 seconds in, scores a goal.
Boom.
Our friend Daniel killed Nuno Mendes on that.
Nuno Mendes had Salah locked down.
Yeah.
Nuno Mendes was
let's
like
stop,
on fire.
Let's stop saying Salah was garbage and let's say
Nuno
Nuno
Mendes,
Mendes was fucking amazing.
he
Yeah,
was
he
on
locked him
fire.
down.
Yeah.
But that's a Concentrado thing again, because what Nuno Mendes probably thought was they just took off Salah. I did my fucking job.
Yeah.
Lock, key, turned.
Yeah.
I can clock out.
Yeah.
And they put on Harvey Elliott and he got beat because he was not even thinking about Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
So that was a good play by Sloot. And then fucking Nuno Mendes got to be better on that. Got to be thinking like, well, this guy can also play. He's in the Premier League.
I would like to see what Nuno Mendes' rating was on that game because he was on fire. And Trent Alexander-Arnold. I've never seen the man play so defensively amazing ever.
He actually played defense
He
this game?
played so well. Normally he's like shit at defense and he comes up with something offensively. Offensively didn't really do much. He locked it down. Like Liverpool's defense was on fucking point that game.
Nuno Mendes rating?
Yeah.
8.3.
pretty high.
To FOTMOB.
Highest on the team, looks like.
Yeah. Better than Vitinha and Joao Neves.
Yeah.
The addition of Kvaratskhelia to this team, though, I kind of love. Like, this
yeah.
guy's exciting. He's great. Match him up. They're playing Dembele at striker. I'd really go for the true number 9, but, I guess Gonçalo Ramos is not impressing the coach enough.
Dembele, I haven't really been paying attention, but I had a friend of mine tell me Dembele in the French league has been like lighting it up. Like he's their savior.
See, the guy I would drop here, and look, this is just favoritism. I don't watch PSG close enough, but it'd be Barcola, because I'd have Dembele on one side, Kvaratskhelia on the other, and Gonçalo Ramos in the middle. But that's just being a homer Portuguese soccer fan.
I hate Barcola.
Why? Because he sounds like a cola?
Yeah, he's like a cola. He's like a bar that only has cola.
Oh, come on. These are terrible jokes.
He's not even a joke. I don't like the way he plays.
I think people always say that the true weak link in that midfield is that Fabian Ruiz guy.
Yeah.
Neves got some game. Vitinha carries that midfield, and then
Liverpool got really lucky. PSG scored a goal that was just barely offside. They actually got lucky twice. Konate came in pretty hard. I think it was Dembele. I can't remember exactly, but it was like last man back, and he kind of did a shoulder to shoulder, but kind of from behind, knocked him over, and that took a long VAR check.
I believe the GM coming in at halftime was really upset about that. Like the PSG, what do you call that? The director,
Yeah,
footballing director.
I think even Van Dijk chimed in. He was like, listen,
Yes.
he's like, this is Champions League. This isn't League One.
Yeah,
or
he
League
stepped in.
This isn't the fucking McDonald's
Yeah.
league. Anyways, back to the Portuguese league.
Jumping back.
On the weekend, Benfica make easy work of Nacional at the Luge. Amdouni snatches an early goal, followed by a Kokju penalty, and then finished by another Pavlidis penalty at the end of the game. Samu Suarez between the sticks, and he makes an impressive penalty save to crush the Islanders' hopes.
Amdouni, first goal. I thought he had a good game. I thought he's pretty dangerous. I'm an Amdouni guy.
Yeah, I like
an Amdouni. A Zeki.
when Pavlidis was not scoring, I was really pushing for him. For Amdouni. Now we got this Di Maria injury, and all of a sudden we go from like, it's a very strange thing. We went from like a million wingers to almost none. Mm-hmm. I mean, we started the year off, we're like, we got all these spots. We got Thiago Gouveia, we got Shelderup, we got Prestiani, we got all these people. And now all of a sudden, and Di Maria, and it's like, there's too many guys, Amdouni. And now we'd like, who do we play in these spots? So he gives now we have Bruma added. Bruma did not have a good game. He had some chances, some bright spots.
He was creating some stuff, making some runs with the ball.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the worst, but yeah.
And I want to say, I'm going to let Patrick have most of the time here, but I'm going to say for the one part is that, like, for all the good work that Ronaldo Sanchez did in the last game, he came on in this game, and I think because maybe it was a dead game already, just didn't impress at all. Like, kind of slowed it down. When Kokshu came out and Ronaldo Sanchez came in, it was like big drop off. Kokshu been playing great. I'll say it. Everyone wants me to say it. Everyone wants me to give it up to Orkin now. You know,
I love that penalty. Smashed it top corner.
Yeah, he got the penalty, sure. Took a free kick that hit the net. I think he took one in the other game that hit at the net. I'd like to see some go in, but regardless, he's been playing good. He's been leading the charge in the midfield for everything that he wasn't doing in the first half of the year. He is doing now. So I appreciate that, and I say thank you. And then Pavlidis' big change when he brought him in. Balotti was a little offside because of his hunchback. It looked like
a little bit of a gargoyle, that guy.
Have we talked about his hunchback? It's crazy.
Yeah, it makes him offside more often than not.
Funny.
Yeah, his head's kind of moving forward.
Guys, what is Kokchu's best quality?
Oh, he's got everything, man. He's an all-around player.
Shut the fuck up. He's absolutely not.
His best is like the forward passing through balls.
Vision and long passing. Okay. And like in the same way that Bruno Fernandes will like take a chance on a long pass, he will as well, and he hits it more often than not, much like Bruno. But
he's attacking midfielder, like right behind the striker.
I don't think if we're gonna compare him to Bruno, I don't think he takes charge of the game as much as I'd like to.
Yeah,
like he's not a dribbler at all. He's not like a guy who's like, I'm gonna take the ball from half and get us to the box.
He doesn't love this club. That's the problem.
I guess he wants the ball. And he looks for his pass.
Yeah, he's a pass picker.
Okay. Yeah, he's not gonna take it up from midfield or from his own half.
No, I appreciate, but you know, I like what he does. I think him and Arsenis probably both in the midfield is a little too slow. I'd like to see Ronaldo Sanchez come, maybe be able to start some games, because I really like what he did against Barcelona. But and we'll have Florentino back at some point too to just kind of break up play. But
really would like Florentino back. Yeah, I like him a lot.
I forgot that guy was there.
He can hit a short, for as much as Florentino can hit a short pass. Kokshu can hit a long pass, but I think he's. Kokshu, I think, is a little not sufficiently like defensive.
You were talking about wingers earlier. Dahl, again, great.
Yes. He's like your best player right now.
The first goal was a lot of him. He scored a goal actually that was offside, yeah.
But beautiful. Probably nice goal of the day.
Yeah, he hit it well.
Dahl's got to be great. And the coach is kind of doing this weird thing where he's playing like pretty much like Carreras as a center back, and they're doing a kind of a little 3-back formation. I seen it on the app, and I'm like, that can't be right. They're doing this wrong. But then you see it in the game, and you're like, oh, he is kind of doing that.
Is he playing all wingbacks? That's what Porto's doing. We're just playing Joao Mario as a right winger with Martin Fernandes behind him and another left back on the other side, and just like, how many wingbacks are we gonna play in one match?
Dahl's like pretty much a winger. He's not playing much defense.
Yeah, but he's got Carreras kind of playing like a center sort of back role when there's 3 center backs. But you know how that third one can kind of like go up a little bit. But yeah. But I really liked Carreras when he was like fully on the wing. But
and speaking of center backs, Antonio Silva, another mistake in this game.
Yeah.
Gave up the penalty.
He gave him a penalty. You know what? That was soft, man.
I thought it was soft too. Yeah.
That was fucking soft.
Suarez has his back, though.
I was pretty pissed with that one. Yeah. I wasn't pissed, but yeah. And then Samu came through. He's good. He's a good goalie, man.
Where was Trubin that day?
I guess rested
The
for
rest of them.
Barca.
As they should. He's been working a lot.
Yeah,
They're trying to. I think they're trying to integrate Samu a little more.
We like Suarez. Well, last week you said, oh, maybe Andre Gomes will come up and he'll be our goalie. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying a year with Suarez. I know we got burned with Varela, like I always mention, going with him 1 year.
I got no problem with going with Suarez 1 year. We absolutely should. He deserves a chance. He's been playing well in the tosses. He's been good. If you're gonna sell Trubin and move on from him for sure, I think we're so stacked at goalie that, I mean, let's talk about it right now. Now who's jumping ahead? I'm the jumper aheader.
Jumping ahead to what?
Well,
Ederson gave up a howler, and people are talking about Ederson coming.
Well, I don't think you're gonna hang on to Samu for very long because Porto's gonna get him. They like doubles.
No, they want two Samus.
They're gonna get the Samu.
That's such a good point.
We'll never sell to them though.
If someone picks up Diogo Costa, we're taking Samu.
Don't worry, Samu. They'll probably start calling Samuel Portugal Samu. So there you go.
Samu Portugal.
Yeah, I think we got rid of that guy. Maybe we loaned him out. I don't know.
There's no way he's around still, is he?
I have no idea.
I think Ederson coming back. I mean, he gave up one on the short side this weekend against Nottingham Forest to put Nottingham ahead of them in the title race. That's the one story we're going to talk about for that game, so we could skip it later. But
there's the rumor I think Evan mentioned last week also, switching Trubin for Ederson, and we get money from
Straight
them
swap.
too. Not straight.
right.
Gay. They give us
Plus-
money.
Goalie swap plus money.
Not straight buy because they give us money.
Right.
Yeah, I think City would probably go for that.
And Ederson, he likes Benfica. He'd go back, but I think after City, Ederson can do like a Saudi, make like a bunch of money and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe he's looking to that a little more.
Yeah, and sometimes we do go with the old goalie. Lately, they've been bringing up on posts Julio Cesar.
Oh, he was great. And that was like the end of his career.
It was, and he was good. Keem also did a pretty late run too as
Yeah.
well. He was kind of towards the mid end point.
I don't like Julio Cesar because of his time in Toronto.
Oh, he was great on Toronto too.
He was a nice guy though.
Okay.
You don't fuck with Toronto FC at all. Period. Right?
Anyone who played for
It's
Toronto,
like
Bad vibes.
it's like your enemy now.
Yep. Anyways.
no, you play in the same league.
Yeah. Anything else in Benfica?
Oh, I was gonna say, I like a little bit that in the Champions League we can keep a little bit more of a deeper kind of bench than we do in the Premier Liga. It's kind of a shorter bench. Like the subs in the killed game like that, I would have liked to see like another Rego performance, another Prestiani, maybe like a Prestiani. You know what I mean? But he just doesn't have the amount of subs as he does in the Champions League. If you look at this lineup we have in the Champions League, it's like Prestiani is in there, all these kind of guys that you can bring a bigger lineup.
Yeah,
We're
playing
kind of a full
Nacional.
team. Yeah.
Nacional at home, you can.
I would like to see some guys towards the end that you don't really see too much of.
Yeah.
But he gave shouts to some of the other subs.
We could have it was like 2-0 for a while. We could have really killed them with all the chances. Could have done like another 10-0 on them, but okay, I wasn't worried. You said you're like, oh, we need a third.
If it went 2-1, then that last 10 minutes is like very tense.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but also what is a
We know
three?
we've had a lot of like tense late games lately.
But what is 3-0 with 2 penalties really? Like.
Yeah, but it was 2-0 for a while. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like they get that one now. All of a sudden, Nacional is feeling it. I didn't want that to happen.
Different game. Yeah.
And
of course, yeah.
And the Suarez save.
That was huge.
Yeah. Sporting, the Lions bully Casa Pia in a full house in the Estadio Municipal de Rio Maior. This stadium's like 45 minutes outside of Lisbon.
Mm-hmm.
It's very far away.
And they're supposed to be a Lisbon team. I
Yep.
guess their real stadium is too small or something, or it's renovations.
Yeah. So everyone goes up there, and it was a packed house. It looked good. It was a nice day.
It's like it's one of those classic Lisbon teams where like Sporting's gonna be like the home team. It's like when
Yeah.
Benfica plays a team.
Clean 3-1 win for the league leaders. Ignacio opens the scoring early on, and then Gyökeres smashes one in, just like literally overpowers the defense, hits it right at the goalie, and it still goes in, puts them up.
Vintage.
Yeah.
They just picked it up from the midfield. They like literally just look up. They see Gyökeres is still on his side of the halfway line, so like I can just kick it, hoof it out there. Gyökeres takes over and does the rest. Classic.
Gets the ball, charges in. And then he scores another penalty later in the game. And that's 48 goals in 46 games this season.
Holy shit.
Guy's a fucking monster.
I will say that penalty on Trincao was bullshit. Like that, the guy barely touched him, and Trincao made a big deal of it,
Yeah,
and they gave it.
Yeah.
The guy even looked at it on VAR.
it was really
That
soft.
was crazy to even like look at that and like he just barely skins his shin. Trincao makes a big deal of it.
It reminds me of like, which I thought we kind of eradicated with the little touches and stuff. Like when I was young, going to the bars and like watching these replays on RTP1 and like on the old things, and the guys would just argue and they'd be like, "No, he touched him," and you're like, there's no sense of like nuance of like, okay, he touched him, but like that's
What
not
are you gonna
enough.
What are you gonna prove?
enough of
But
a
it's also
touch.
it's like, what are you gonna prove at this point? Where it's like now it's like, okay, we can look at the camera.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
the camera, he did touch him.
Well, when they look at it and it's like, okay, there was a touch. It doesn't matter how hard it was or like if it's enough to go down. There was a touch.
But I will say they were killing us with. I don't want to get into a Sporting and Porto or Sporting and Benfica about calls, because I think they all kind of like evenly get the same amount of calls and get robbed by the same amount of calls. To be always
Yeah.
been in your head and constant,
Yeah, it's the same-
which I feel like they have, which is like Benfica gets everything and we get fucking nothing. And then they see that and they're like, no, that's a penalty. Absolutely, of course. It's the color, the red colored glasses, the green colored glasses.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Porto this weekend with the Samu punch to the head,
Yeah.
and you're like, but, like, I don't see why it's a penalty, but like everyone and their mother comes out to complain, like, oh, this should have been called. We never get anything. You guys get everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, get over it.
And then there's also kind of the part too of like, let's say that happened. There's 8 minutes and you're the bigger team with so much more budget than this other little team. It's like, you have 8 minutes to score a goal. Go do it. Okay,
Yeah.
they didn't give you the penalty. Well, what if you were better than that and just went and scored a goal? Then we could end this conversation. For all that to be said, what do you think of the Benfica? Let's go back to Benfica as we always do.
Going back.
The Belotti one, the late call, it's clearly a penalty because it's a late challenge. He does already get the shot off, but you're not allowed to slide in like that. Similar.
I think that was pretty obvious penalty.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And sometimes we get them and sometimes they don't get them. I don't know. What do you think, Ev? With the Belotti call and then like the Trincão call and the Samu call together.
I don't know. It's like you're never gonna win everything. Just get over it. It's the refs are It's like it's not all one big fucking conspiracy. It's just different refs on different days, and the fucking VAR sector. Like it is what it is.
It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, crazy.
People are gonna like that as Gaio puts in his own net.
just class from this guy. Oh, nice own goal.
He's trying to make a play.
Yeah. Apparently,
You
there's some.
shouldn't touch it that way though.
Yeah. There's some stat that like every game as Gaio has started, like Sporting has won.
There you
As
go.
old and weird as he is, apparently he's good luck.
I'd keep that going.
Yeah.
Except once someone points it out, it's kind of like, oh shit, that one's due for a loss, right?
Yeah.
Much.
Someone should. If the person who pointed out, I get the most mad at them. It's like, why are you pointing this out? Don't
Shut the
fucking
hell up. He's on a no hitter.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guimaraes remains undefeated in Europe. They tie Real Betis, who have been on a pretty good tear lately, thanks to Anthony's been there. And he's thriving over there. But Guimaraes ties Betis 2-2. Joao Moutinho and Nelson Oliveira score on the road. Big win. They're still undefeated since Rui Borges in the group stage.
They're good, yeah. They're doing pretty well in this Conference League.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted. We wanted like a Guimaraes Conference League, make a big run.
Finally, one of these teams to fucking step up.
2-2 Betis.
The
That's
coefficient.
And that's away. And apparently they had a very strong away contingent. They travel well. Fucking
Yeah, they showed up in Boavista, and they took over that stadium. There's definitely more Guimaraes fans there. They win 2-1. Couple penalties there. Thiago Silva secures the win. But yeah, Van Ginkel scores for Boavista.
And veteran taking the pens.
Yeah. And
They went up 1-0. I thought, oh my God, the Lido Vidigal Boavista climb is on. But, of course, Guimaraes came back.
I did see, I forgot which player it was, but they went after Steven Vittoria pretty hard and got the best of him. That was was that Silva? One of the Silvas? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just nice. It's nice to see Steven Vittoria back out there, though. I will say, as a Canadian football
for
fan,
sure.
I like seeing him there.
Yep. And we must note, which is odd because it's like Guimaraes got some, Varela got some racist slack in the game when it's like, that usually happens at the Guimaraes Stadium. So, it's kind of odd to flip it, but he went and confronted them, which is what you like to see. And hopefully some people get reprimanded for that. No one likes to see that. That shouldn't be
He
happening.
took it up with Lito. He said, "Lito, what's going on in this?"
Yeah, that's
stadium?"
your club.
That's nice, yeah.
That's your club.
And
You
he's
tell
our
him.
Joao Wonder.
That's right. He's reigning. He's the
Yes.
reigning.
He seems like a good dude. He was talking Vril off the ledge.
Keep it together.
Yeah.
Stay in the game.
Like, ignored them. I don't know what he was saying.
Play it out on the field, boys. Huge win for Guimaraes, too. Estoril almost get the better of Ferenc. They go up 2-0, 2 goals in the 50th and then the 51st. However, the Algarvians make a late comeback through Rui Costa and Miguel Menino. Rui Costa stonk.
In the box blast?
I'm gonna call it a stonk. It was that close to the line.
It's so fiery. I think that one's a stonk.
Yeah.
He ripped it. He stonked it.
Great angle, too.
Great touch, control, blast it.
Love the chest control.
Yeah. The power on that hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's stonky.
That's an important point.
Huge point. And also, Estoril been on a tear. Ian Cathro with his big balls.
Right.
And yeah, I thought 2-0 is game over. There's no way. I was like, Estoril, another great performance. Friends tie it up.
They stepped it up. And
Great comeback, great fight. The good point for a team fighting relegation.
Great point for the boys.
We love the jersey, pinstripe.
Great kit.
Throwback.
Oh, what? As soon as I saw this, I said, wow, what a fucking kit. I sent it to my brother. He goes, I have that. I said, what?
I own that.
I have so many, like, you guys can't keep track, yeah.
He's like, I have that. I'm like, I haven't fucking seen that. That's such a nice kit. He's wearing it right now. We're going to take a picture for
I
you
got a
guys.
fucking Balumi on right
Brought it
now.
out. Balumi, yeah. I love Balumi. He left, though, back in August.
You also have that Rui Costa kit.
I have Rui Costa as well, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Santa Clara Moreirense 1-1 game. Vinicius nets for the Islanders. He just runs right in front of that goalie, clearing it. And bops it right into the net. Kind of embarrassing. Very embarrassing, I will say.
Santa Clara, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they can see fourth anymore. It's
Well, if Guimaraes keeps this up.
Let's look at the table.
To the table.
Well, we wanted Santa Clara to catch Braga, but I don't know.
Ooh,
I'm
no.
saying I don't see. Yeah, they can't catch fourth
I think
anymore.
it's too far now.
Yeah.
far.
And
Now-
I think Guimaraes heating up back there is right on their tails.
Okay, I hope they stay fifth, but yeah.
It looks like it might be a 4-horse race.
Up top,
4-horse race for fourth?
4-horse race for fourth. See, I didn't come up with that. I did not predict that it would be a 4-horse race for third. No, fourth. Let's look at the bottom though, because
The bottom, Boavista, Lido sitting down there with 15 points. Ferenc 2 points ahead of them, and then the Avs 23 points. That's a big.
Then we
jump.
got 223.
there's a few teams at 23. Gil Vicente with one last game because they have to play Benfica in the makeup. But you can either catch Estrela Amadora or Avies Sad. I think, it's gonna be tough for Friends to make points. They gotta beat, especially those teams when they play them. I don't even know if they have, but
both these guys at the bottom. Ferenc playing Braga, that's not going to go well. And then Boavista, even Moreirense. If they can beat Moreirense, that's a statement win. But Moreirense is a pretty solid team.
I always think of Moreirense as a strong team. Yeah, even though they're in 11th.
I think every game they go into, it's going to be 1-0 or 1-1.
Yep.
and I'll tell you this: Benfica. I think they're playing Rio Ave. I don't want to sound cocky. I think they can win this game. I think they have the ability to beat Rio Ave.
Benfica against Rio Ave.
Yeah.
You think they have the ability to beat Rio Ave?
Yes.
No shit.
I don't want to sound cocky.
Hope so.
What do I always say about jinxing? I don't do it.
Justin's big on the jinx.
Yes, they have the ability.
No, you
to
have
beat
to
Rio
respect
Ave.
every team you play, of
Yeah.
course.
Sporting's got Famalicão, who can be tough. They've
That's a
been
big
known.
one.
They're not that much better than Rio Ave, but I mean, Famalicão traditionally is a tough team to beat.
It's a very tough team if Roger Schmidt is your manager.
But also, if Sporting go into that and they're a little depressed and Famalicão's on their game, could go the other way.
Sporting's still not that convincing. I mean, That Casa Pia game was closer than you think. Like, and they got that lucky penalty.
When it was 2-1. Before we finish off with the Portuguese league, I want to ask like a kind of a theoretical question to Evan, because I know we have different philosophies of football. Would you think it's best for Benfica to just put out a weakened team against this Barcelona? You're going into their house, you're already down 1-0, and then just get ready for the weekend and get ready for the championship, or they should try, because then you get 2 more games in the Champions League.
1-0 in the Champions League. That's doable.
Oh, I see.
It's a tough game to go to Barcelona, and Barcelona's in good form, but 1-0.
It really depends on what the gap
no,
is.
No.
I need 2-0.
You need 2-1.
No, what I'm saying, your deficit is 1-0. Like, that's doable. I think you go and you fight for that.
Okay.
Like,
I just wanted to go with that question because it's been a discussion topic of
if it was
for a while.
Like in the last round when Sporting went to Dortmund 3-0, like
You're like, give up.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to Dortmund after losing 3-0 at home. Like,
I disagree, brother.
But every game you go into is different. You gotta try.
Yeah.
Twice. You never know. You can bag a couple, and then you just need one more.
Yeah, 1-0.
Sporting.
1-0's a fightable deficit.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Oh shit!
You wanna throw the Champions League?
No, just philosophically, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we were out of the Champions League.
No,
and
and
we still have 2 other competitions, and we'd be happy.
And I think you likely are out of the Champions League, but I think you're still. I think you should fight for it, and anything can happen.
I'm usually the one that says that. You're the one who always says we got to go all the way to Champions League. We're gonna win the final. We're gonna go.
What's a lot of money?
I want the company not to.
Me too.
Ooh, thank you all for listening to the podcast. As a reminder, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe wherever you get podcasts. We're back on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. Leave a rating and review wherever you can do that. You can do that on all the apps now these days. So rate, review, and then join us on Patreon. We'll record something hot and tasty after tonight. Check that out. And there's a sponsorship option there. So we'll do shout outs.
Please rate and review. We've completely plateaued on this thing.
Yes.
We've been hitting the same numbers every week. We want to grow, people. We have growth mindset. We've been just bought out by venture capitalists, and they said you need like 400% growth or we're bankrupting this thing. And it's just like, that's how the economy works nowadays. So, just kind of help us and we'll keep doing what we're doing.
We got tariffs now too. So.
Tariffs.
You gotta remember the tariffs.
We gotta fight through the tariffs.
But we only buy Portuguese wine.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
From the Douro. No, we go all over. All right, into England. We talked about Liverpool and PSG. On the weekend, they played. Liverpool gets small boned by an Irishman on Southampton. The Reds claw back and managed to win 3-1 with the help from Darwin Núñez and then 2 Salah spot kicks.
Yeah, I think the defense was so hungover from that fucking huge PSG performance, and just a little momentary lapse, in concentration, but they got it together.
As they said in FIFA before, tired legs, tired minds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a little bit of that.
Rocks for brains.
Yeah. Small bone hits him with was it a handball or no? He took down Van Dijk after.
Yeah.
So you know what? He equaled
Just
his own.
Sloppy.
Yeah. And Salah from the spot. Pressure builds for.
But you gotta say, Darwin. Let's talk about it because people have been murdering Darwin lately.
Well,
he's been carrying this team. He's like, I'll put the team on my back if you want.
He's turned it around. He's been putting himself in good positions. I'll tell you what I really like from Darwin. Darwin is the guy who, when he's playing striker, he presses the hardest. I think he presses the hardest out of any striker on that team.
He has a good work rate for sure. Yeah, I remember that.
Run for days.
Yeah.
But
I think his days are numbered on Liverpool. He's destined for Atletico Madrid. We know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a runner, just a hard runner. I think also too, he's kind of like. He's like Pavlidis in the same way that it's just like frustrating. Like it takes 3 chances to score 1 goal. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what game. What was any of
But he's never
games.
discouraged. Like he keeps running. Like he keeps trying.
That's what matters.
I think it was before this week, last week. He was like really, really up there, and he made a pass. He made a pass when he had a clear shot on net, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna pass and get the goal." Which
I think we're about to. I think Evan wants to just about start talking about a team that I think would kill for Darwin right now.
Manchester United.
Absolutely.
They needed Darwin.
Oh my
Everyone is
God.
shitting on this Who's the
Hoijmalen.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
He's not good.
Everyone's just ready for Gyökeres to get there.
Xerxes is almost better. I like the flick he did.
Yeah, nice flick. They they tie Sociedad 1-1 in Europa.
In Spain.
Yes, in Spain. That's doable. They can turn that around.
Yeah.
This might be the thing they win. Maybe Amorim can do it.
What are they in, Europa League?
Yeah.
He said he doesn't think that winning this will change much, but I think also, he's looking at the system. He's looking at the future. He's not looking at these results. He's trying to get through this year and change, like almost like Porto flip the team.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see many of these guys back, or at least in limited roles. Like I think sure he'd like to see a Xerxes like coming on the 75th minute when they're already up 3-0. Not I need to start and win with Xerxes.
People are also starting to shit on Dalot too.
Yes, Dallow's getting some hate.
He hasn't been good, yeah.
Let's talk about the Arsenal game.
Yes.
I've never been a big fan of Dalot.
He's a fighter. Red Devils take on the Arsenal on Sunday. It ends 1-1 stalemate. Midfield maestros Bruno and Declan both finding the scoreboard. Bruno smashes in a direct hit on the free kick, and then Declan actually hits a nice one-timer.
Yeah, it was a nice goal, yeah.
Very nice goal by Declan Rice. But yeah, big day for Bruno. I guess he thought he won it. Not that he thought he won it, but you take the lead and you're like, well, we're on.
Hey, dude, you smash in a direct free kick like that.
It's a direct hit.
Feeling good.
Yeah. It's a direct hit. Yeah, you got to sell you that one.
Of course, there's a lot of controversy with this free kick because why is Sky Sport is saying it was higher? It was more than 10 feet. Is it supposed to be meters?
Yards?
The wall was closer or farther?
The wall was a little too far, but then also people said that this was it Raya you guys have?
Yes.
He gave him the whole side of the net.
Raya had a great game.
Yeah.
But yes, he made some incredible saves. There was a point where like Manchester United could have been up by more than one goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Raya made great saves.
But he kind of gave him that whole side of the net to shoot on. Bruno didn't really pick a corner. He just hit it hard into that side, and Raya was like not there.
That's a big part of the net. Yeah, you're right.
He gave him everything. He comes a little bit more during the once he runs up. He comes a little bit more, but still not there.
Oh, what he was trying to do was like give it to him, and then he did like a little jump before he hit it.
Yeah, and he just
so
missed.
Then he was like, "I know you're gonna go here. I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna try and go for it."
Good for Bruno for hitting it though. He got it there.
Yeah.
You got to put it in and on the net. Reminiscent of. I know it's ancient history and it's not the same, but remember that long one Cristiano Ronaldo hit against Arsenal where you're like, he's not going to score this.
No, that's
how does that go in?
That's apples and watermelons. That distance was insane.
But that goalie should have made a save. There's no way that should go in.
No,
the goalie should have made a play.
The Ronaldo one was way more tucked. That free kick was like tucked in the corner. This Bruno one, I think it was just bad positioning.
Oh, I'm just sort of putting them on the same level as like the goalie should have made a better play.
Yeah.
No player has any business scoring a free kick from that distance.
Who's that? Fabian? Oh, Almunia.
Almunia. Aluminium.
Very nice dyslexic move over there. Aluminium, yeah.
Redonkulous.
Dyslexic move. What do you mean?
You just flipped them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luminia, aluminium.
After the game, people asked Mikel Arteta, is the race still on for the league? And he just got angry and walked away.
Wow.
They're sitting 15 points
Well, he was
back.
about to walk away. And he's like, wait. Let me ask you something. Is the race still on? And he's like, and he kept walking
Leave me
again.
the fuck alone.
This is a good club to talk
It's
about.
obviously over for them. Yeah. They were in touching distance at one point when Liverpool slipped up a few weeks ago, and then Arsenal lost to West Ham, and then it was over. Too much now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 2 draws.
I feel like these are the two most not the most followed because I feel like Liverpool is more followed than both these clubs, maybe possibly, but they're definitely the two most banter clubs of
United and Arsenal
of the Premier League.
100%.
And there's always a lot to talk about with them. Like for Arsenal, they got Arsenal Fan TV. For Manchester United, they got this Goldbridge guy who I saw recently, who's like their like fanboy guy who people shit on. What he's recently, I heard him shitting on Amorim for, was wearing the club what's in the store out there on the pitch, and I'm like, what a stupid thing to like get on. Get over it. Like he looks great,
dumb.
And he gets it for free.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
He did it with Sporting. He used to wear like the Sporting sweaters that you could actually buy in the store.
That's
also.
advertising.
Absolutely.
That's how you make money.
He looked cool wearing them.
So he said he didn't like that. It's too advertising, too brand focused. Like, oh, you're trying to sell the merchandise. Like, actually, no. I think he thinks it looks cool, and I think he's getting it for free. And your Portuguese man is gonna take the free sweater.
I think that, yeah.
I think he looks sharp, but like I don't know if Goldbridge is like me, but I would like a manager wearing a suit. Full suit. We've been saying, Justin, we wanted the full suit back.
I would like the full
That's
suit
too
come
expensive. Ratleaf does not want to put up the money for suits.
That's right.
Yeah, and the suit with the little crest on the jacket.
You're lucky,
I love that.
You're lucky to get a soup and a sandwich at this place. You get some free swag because they already own it, but you're not getting a new suit.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. So then he also spoke this week, I think, with Gary Neville, and he talked about how like what we really need is like, first of all, the club is out of money. Second of all, we took all this away so that we can, which kind of makes sense to me in the sense that like, let's say you take all this money away and you invest it totally in the club, then the club gets big and better again and finishes first place and wins Champions League, then you can rehire all these other people and have free lunches again, right? But like we're not doing good right now. We don't get lunch.
We got to cut back on the
Everyone's just eating gel packs.
I hate you love the gel pack.
Not skipping lunch, but you just don't get a good lunch.
You just don't get it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like
Yeah.
gruel. We're doing Oliver Twist style now. Please, sir, can I have some more? No.
And when the manager does wear a suit, that's like provided by the club, and they stitch the logo on.
That's
and
probably
everything.
when
That's
you're-
more money too.
Yeah, but when you're at this level, it's probably all sponsorship. It's probably some suit company that's like, please wear our suit on the
Yeah.
touchline.
Oh, if you get that Sam's Taylor guy who's on Instagram and you say he's making the Manchester United suits now, I mean,
Look at Ruben Amorim.
but you know what?
Yeah, but then he has to be
But-
like young 30-something-year-old boy, and he assaults him with a coat hanger.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta do that whole thing.
I will say about the money and the thing so he said that there was a body language expert that they were paying $157,000 a year, which is a nice price
That's
for a body language
insane.
expert, and he was like, we don't need that.
No.
Do you think? What do you think? York United, if they had if they had that kind of,
$157,000.
I think it was 75. I think it was reversed.
Still,
No, higher.
Get a witch
Oh.
doctor.
Who is he talking to? Like Ruben Amorim, your body language
He was a body
Everyone.
language expert.
For
I don't
everyone.
know.
for everyone, the players too.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
for the
They say you're sitting on the bench. Don't do that. Don't do this.
for the team, yeah. Maybe watching their training, maybe seeing like this is a successful person, this is a not successful
Yeah.
person. Maybe they'd
Sounds
see
dumb.
me at my desk like working, and then like minimizing Pornhub and stuff, and they'd be like, that's not good jacking off body language. He needs to be more like upright, shoulders out. You know?
I think someone should hire that for Belotti and his posture.
They
Yes.
should have hired that when he was a child.
yeah, a
Fuck.
long time ago.
All right, moving on. Elsewhere in Europe, France on the weekend, Gonzalo Ramos taps one in. The Parisians beat Rennes 4-1. Ramos sitting at 8 goals and 3 assists in 18 appearances.
Not
Nice.
bad. Not
Keep
bad.
tapping away. Get
Guys-
get the garbage goals.
This guy needs to bulk. What happened to him? I swear he used to be bigger. He looks too tiny.
Oh, because he came off. He had like meningitis or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I think
He
he
was
was
ill.
He was ill. So I think he's gonna work that way back. Probably next year you'll see him a little bigger.
Maybe he's a little faster.
maybe.
Faster meaning lighter.
PSG, they're on a tear. I mean, I think before they played Liverpool, they were like undefeated all year. They hadn't lost a game. So
Yeah, and the McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's
Liga.
League. Well, just
they-
saying, they got the hot hand, and we'll probably see more of Gonzalo Ramos.
He's eating French food. He's still on pâtés, breads. They do cook a lot with
sh-
butter,
yeah.
though. He should be fattening up. Maybe a little
He
chicken
should
liver.
be a thick boy.
But maybe he needs to go back to Portugal, get those 2 carbs, rice and potatoes every meal with the meat.
Bro, look at this picture of Creva taking the ball down.
That's amazing. I would rip my groin in half if I had ever did that.
Shit. Kid's amazing.
Karate Kid. Okay, what I'm going to ask you is this. Ramos, people have been criticizing Arsenal for not playing with a number 9. They're like, they're getting killed. Do you think Ramos would do well on a team like Arsenal?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like a pinpoint striker like that.
I would love to see that. Well, Arsenal needs a striker. Well, all their strikers are injured. There's Jesus and Havertz, both gone. So they're using a midfielder for striker now, Marino.
That being said, though,
Dan Marino?
Yeah.
That being said, though, PSG is in the same kind of situation. They're playing Dembele at striker against Liverpool, and they're not using Ramos.
Dembele cooks, though.
Dembele cooks.
He has been cooking.
Yeah, that's a different level. That's Dembele.
Okay.
Arsenal have used Trossard as like false nine striker.
Because, like,
That
even
doesn't always
Havertz,
work.
Havertz kind of is that false nine. Or
Yeah.
like, he's not
Good
like
finisher,
he's not
though.
like an out-and-out striker. He's becoming one more and more every year, but... in Germany, Rafael Guerreiro with
Talking
2
about out
goals.
and out striker.
Whoa. Rafael Guerreiro scores 2 goals for Bayern against Bochum. Joao Moutinho steals the headlines when he gets a red card, and then the German Giants lose 3-2.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
It's too bad. And Guerrero's cooking, and then you lose it.
Could have been such a beautiful Portuguese tale.
You know?
Yep.
But yeah, apparently Paulinho not doing too great.
Yeah, he's kind of like us, kind of plateaued, you know.
Hey, don't put that evil on us.
Being stifled. We're kind of getting Paulinho over here.
Don't jinx me, bro.
No, but like.
Do you think we've been bad? We got a red card?
No. Well, you did. I mean, you got to check the Patreons for all the red cards you've been throwing out there on the Patreon. If you guys want to check out us being X-rated,
That's okay.
red card style. That's instead of being X-rated, we should call it red carded.
I like that.
Ooh.
Because we do a soccer podcast.
The red card podcast.
Why don't we think of that?
Oh, dumb.
Jean Paulinho though hasn't been as like effective as we thought he would be at Bayern Munich. Apparently he's just been like starting every other game, hasn't really made a big impact, and then gets a red card, and just another part of his tough year.
Well,
Yeah, not a good.
I've not been watching Bayern at all. So,
Me neither.
no
Well,
one
he
has.
ruined this game for them,
Yeah.
for sure.
Beautiful jerseys.
Let Bochum back in it. This is like an anniversary jersey,
Yeah,
I think.
and Bochum beat Dortmund not too long ago too, a couple weeks back.
Oh,
So-
so maybe they're the giant killers.
But
There.
what's the table? I haven't looked at it. They're ahead. They're in first, right?
Oh yeah, I think they've won the league. It's like not even a contest anymore.
Yeah,
as usual.
And they're leading their time in the Champions League. But also they get the gift, the God-given gift of the Clover Classics Adidas culture that Benfica just doesn't have. Even though we have,
And you're wearing one.
even
by the
though
way.
we were just proven that we have more socios. Like last week, we have more socios than Bayern Munich. We have the most in the world, and they will not give us the little classic Adidas jerseys.
I guess they don't see the market for it. Portuguese people don't buy jerseys like we do.
No, not like the Portuguese Canadian does. Chris, Liverpool is back with Adidas. What do you think?
I'm stoked.
You're still. Are you a Adidas jersey guy?
I like Adidas jerseys, and I'll tell you right now, this year's jersey, I'm happy I got it as a gift from you, Evan. Thank you very much, because they're probably going to win the league. It's going to be a momentous jersey, but I don't really like it. I don't really like it.
I'm not crazy about the collar.
the
Yeah.
heavy collar.
No, heavy
Yeah.
collar.
The pinstripes are kind of cool, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I wish I bought you the away one in
it's,
retrospect.
it's not my favorite, but you know what? It's going to be, like I said, a memorable one for sure.
I think the Sporting guys don't like their Nike either, but I like what Nike's done with Sporting.
I think so. I think these people get nothing for so long, and then they get something, and now they're fucking mad about something. It's like they just want to be mad. They're so used to being upset. They're like,
Yeah.
we just love being upset. I think Nike's doing a phenomenal job with them. They give them like 4 jerseys a year.
Yeah,
And
four.
like
and they-
half
I
of
got like
the,
8.
And they
eight of
also-
them, half of them are Ronaldo jerseys.
And all of them have the Nike, the cool thing, the Nike check mark. You know how much
CR7.
cooler that is than like Puma? Puma kind of sucks. Let's all just say.
I
it.
think Puma's been doing pretty good recently. They
Buckle up,
they
you're
do-
gonna be getting a lot of Puma kits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with Portugal, I like what they did, and with AC Milan, they do good stuff.
Speaking of Puma kits,
Rafael Leão. Sergio Conceição so close to losing his job on the weekend. They go down 2-0 to Lecce when the red and black mount the comeback started by Leão finding João Felix. He forces an own goal, and then Pulisic hits 2. Leão with a beautiful assist on the last one
yeah,
to win the game.
he sellied like he scored that goal.
Yeah, he did.
Not starting. I think Sergio Conceição wanted to change things up because the results were not going well. He's like, this Portuguese project is not working. They do that sometimes at Wolves too.
He
They're
wanted
like
to change the narrative.
yeah. He's like, okay, I'm not gonna play these guys, and then they flip it for him. game totally changed. Evan was on the Twitter. You said you were watching this one.
Yep.
This is around the same time Benfica was played, so we weren't really watching.
I was
but-
kind of flipping, flopping back and forth. But yeah, I was like, man, if Sergio loses this, like, he's getting fired. Like, that's the end.
Probably.
That would be four
like,
in a row.
Four in a row, out of Champions League, like, everything just hitting the fan.
I don't think he stays past this season, no matter what. I mean, you got lucky you won this.
Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't even win the Coppa Italia. He won the Supercoppa, which is like a little mini trophy for the top fours.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't think he's right for the long run for Milan.
it's what it seems like. But yeah, and same with Amorim, same with Anselmi. Like, he just got there. I mean, Sergio's probably causing more problems realistically.
He looks like a guy that causes problems.
Yeah, he is.
But no one's getting. I don't know. In the same way though, the guy who's been replaced at Milan, Paulo Fonseca, he goes over to Lyon, right?
Oof.
Or
Lyon.
Lyon. Pardonnez-moi. He goes over to Lyon. He headbutts a referee. He's banned now. I think it was 9 months
9
he came
months.
down with.
That's right. Crazy, tough.
And he just got that.
But
job.
the team supports him. I don't know where that came out of. There was all this support from the team. They're
Well,
giving him big hugs.
It comes from the top. John Textor supports him.
Oh my God,
Says we're sticking with him.
John Textor supports Portuguese jobs. I think we gotta give it up to John Textor.
I think we gotta love John Textor. He loves Portuguese guys. He recently just Botafogo. He put Renato Paiva, and he said the reason I like Renato Paiva so much is because he coached Benfica B. He's a Benfica guy, and he loves Benfica. He says
This guy's gonna win Drawn Wonder.
John Textor should maybe,
He's American. You can't give it to him.
That might be the.
but he has an affinity for Benfica. And I remember a couple years ago he was very interested in investing in Benfica. This guy's like, I don't know, what is he, a millionaire, billionaire?
Probably
I
Bill.
think I would have liked that money if he was just investing a small part of Benfica.
You got to be Bill. To invest in a football club, you got to be Bill. We're talking
Yeah,
Bills.
he's probably up there. Yeah, he's one of these billionaire Americans.
I think he's one of these computer guys. He might be one of the good ones. He might be one of the good computer guys.
Yeah, and he called out the Brazil.
Seems like he loves football a lot. Like he loves Botafogo. He loves his
He
time
called
in
out.
Brazil.
He called out the Brazilian league for corruption when Botafogo went downhill.
Or do I only think he's a computer guy because his name is Textor? What do you think, Chris?
Call him.
I don't know what he does.
I don't know how he made his money. Yeah,
I have absolutely no idea. But texting seems like computers. I want to say this. I want to go back because we're talking about kits and we're talking about the rules and we're talking about buying the club. Benfica made a new rule in the club that you can only have well, there's a voting thing and we won't go into that. I love whatever for Benfica. Whatever's the most democratic. I'm a voting type of guy. But one of the rules they made, first jersey has to be red, second jersey has to be white, third jersey could be whatever Adidas wants. But they can't fuck around with the colors anymore and they can't fuck with the badge anymore. There's no more like discolored badges. So look, AC Milan has I heard AC Milan has strict badge rules, but they've circumvented it here. So
What if Benfica did a thing that was just eagle?
no, you can't do that.
can't do it?
Well, I know
No,
they
they've
can't.
made it's in the now.
I don't think I would like that. I always like having the badge.
They're called the brand guidelines.
Yeah, or it's in the
statutes.
It's literally in the statutes of the club now of
Oh.
what the jersey has to look like. So I think it's great.
I always love the white away jersey. I do, but I did really like a couple years ago we had the yellow away. That was fun.
Yeah,
but I guess that could be the third.
that
now.
could be the third
But we never even used the third.
See, but I like you're wearing the Manchester United kit and it's just got the devil. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like the alternate there.
Oh, and how you're saying how
Well, you could do that on the third. You could do an alternate logo on the third.
Okay. It's just the 1 and 2.
and you're saying kind of like how Sporting has their different their line
Yeah,
one, which
yeah.
is but it's kind of a version of an older logo.
Yeah,
but-
Yeah, that's an old logo. Yeah.
Back in Italy, despite a 3-2 loss to Inter, Danny Mota bags both assists for Manza's goals. Beautiful flick.
Nasty flick.
Nasty flick.
Mota.
there.
We love Mota, but we're still doing Luxembourg watch on Mota.
Yeah. He might trade over any day. We're waiting.
I wanna, you know what? I'm gonna put it out there. I still want to talk about Mota and Beto, even if they go a separate way.
Beto's gone.
They're kind of stories.
They're still our
but
boys,
they're
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like they're kind of stories of our podcast.
Yeah.
We were talking about Beto.
Oh, I'm still with him.
Yeah, I still want to talk about Beto. Even
He's got
though.
big. If he's got a big week at Everton, which he has been doing a lot of, I'll talk about that.
Well,
Yeah, we're not super strict. Like, oh, this guy's done. We hate him now because he's on a different national team.
What was that motherfucker who used to play for Liverpool? He was a piece of shit. Remember when he was a piece of shit?
Who are you talking
Portuguese
about?
guy?
The little Portuguese guy. Evan knows what I'm talking about. He's laughing.
Oh,
He was a little piece of
I
shit.
got his
Oh,
jersey.
Carvalho.
too. Carvalho.
Carvalho.
Oh yeah,
Guy's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
he wants to play for England now.
Where is he now? He's
No one even fucking knows. I think
No,
he
is
might
he
be
Hull?
on Bournemouth
or
or something.
Leeds or Derby or something.
Is it Hull? No.
Guys, what was his first name?
Fabio?
I'll find out. You guys go. You guys play.
All right, the Ronaldo ticker continues. 927 goals. He blasts one from the side of the box against Al Shabab. Game ends 2-2. Al Nasser sitting 10 points behind first place. Al Ittihad there. Does this goal count as a stonk? Mark on Instagram says if Ronaldo can hit that when he's 40 years old in the box blast, should that be a stonk?
It's impressive.
I don't remember seeing it.
It's kind of not a stonk because it's like it's a sideways stonk.
But he's 40 years old now.
Let's see it.
Oh, we're gonna change the game. We're based
This is
off
a penalty, right?
based off age.
I just have something in my brain. I just know when it's a stonk. So just let me see it, and I'll be
You're
able
the
to tell
stonk
you.
master general.
Yeah, as soon as I see it, I'll tell you right away. I can't explain. It's the power that I have.
He's got to say no. What people don't understand is that Chris has a built-in stonkometer in his head,
It really does.
and we've implanted it.
That's a great short side goal. It's pretty close though.
Absolutely not a stonk.
It's a blast.
He hits top of the net.
Hey, it's a sick goal. It's not a stonk.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mark. And then today.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. He scored again today in the Champions League, the Asia Champions League 3-0 game. He scored the penalty. He's now equaled, and I guess after today surpassed his goals before and after turning 30. 463 goals before and 464 after.
Sick of hearing about this before and after 30 stat, but
Yeah.
thank you, Evan.
Well, a lot of it is Saudi.
I'm just like,
No. Oh,
Dude, he got there
after
like
30. Yeah. He
He
was
got
at
there like
Juventus.
3 years ago. He was at even Madrid. He's at Madrid for like
Yeah.
as a
4 or
man
5
who's
of those years.
turning a certain age, it's like age is just a number, man. Like, what are we making up these other numbers about the number? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're not scoring goals in Saudi right
No,
now.
you're not doing much at all.
wow.
You know who's not scoring any goals? TFC. They lose 2-0 to Cincinnati. What is Cincinnati even, guys? What is this?
Toronto FC stink.
Yeah.
They played horrible. I had it on for a bit. It sucked. I switched back to the Leafs game. Leafs lost that game. Actually,
Tough to watch, eh?
Yeah.
Bad week all around Toronto. Yeah.
Insigne's still iced out.
Yeah.
I guess they're finding something for him. But you look at this, they play so shit. I wouldn't mind throwing Insigne out there, but he's just bad vibes.
I saw a picture of Berna like today somewhere on social media or something. Like, this guy just looks different every time I see it.
His face looks weird.
He's kind of cool.
I think he has Botox.
I don't know what he's
Definitely
done.
Botoxing.
Every time I see him, he keeps transforming.
I
He has
just
different hair, yeah.
I just recently watched a really great episode of What We Do in the Shadows, where his face where one of the guys, Nandor's face gets kind of like progressively like more plastic surgery, and no one mentions it. And it's kind of like Bernadeschi a little bit. He's got like a genie that he keeps asking, like, make me. I think he lives in Yorkville too, which that'll fuck you up, man. If you live around or in Yorkville, you're gonna be.
They'll get fucked up.
You're gonna get that smooth face. I got 2 notes very quickly. I'm gonna try and keep it quick for
TFC?
you, Chris. Fabio Carvalho plays on Brentford. He's 22 years old.
The bees.
Never kissed a girl.
That's 32.
Luis Figo was accused by some Spanish playboy lady of flirting with him when they were all younger at Iker Casillas' party.
Hello to
How long ago was this?
So hold on, is he in trouble? He flirted? Who cares?
He attacked her aggressively. He said, "This is bullshit. You'll be hearing from my lawyers," and they backed down. But it's a bunch of he said, she said. I mean, he probably flirted.
Who cares? You're
But
allowed
that
to
is not
flirt.
Of course, you're allowed to flirt.
Yeah.
But when you got wife, you know, you don't want to be accused of flirting.
He can be a charming man, and she could take it as flirting.
Ah, yes.
Stonk of the week.
Do we want to do Rui Costa?
Rui Costa.
I'm gonna give it to Rui Costa.
That was
Rui
juicy.
Costa.
Farence's Rui Costa. Let's make it clear. We can give it to a bunch of Rui Costas from the Fiorentina days,
Yeah.
but we won't.
Joao Wonder.
I'll say Joao Moutinho.
I gotta give it to Bruno.
Joao Moutinho, Bruno. Guerrero,
I was
2
thinking-
tied,
goals.
I was thinking Guerrero.
Rafael Leão, big game.
Guerrero lost.
I would say this.
He scored 2 goals. He's a fucking defender.
I would say this about Bruno. He came back from some getting crushed by Roy Keane and some other old ass Manchester United players, which also makes it more difficult to play on Manchester United. You get all these fucking guys who have a TV show telling you your shit. So
Yeah.
I think this is a fan one. We put Guerrero, we put Bruno, and we put who's the third guy?
Rafael.
Joao Moutinho.
Leão and Moutinho and Leão.
It's
Yeah.
a four-way. It's a 4-horse race.
I love it. You know I love that.
Race. All right, thanks once again for listening to the pod. Hit us up on social at Portugal_Corner on X, at Portugal Corner on Insta. Join us on Patreon. Talk Portugal and Corner. Join us, send us an email, portugalcorner@gmail.com. Subscribe wherever you get podcasts. Mentally rating review. Tell your friends. Tell your vovó. Yeah, we'll see you next week, Chris.
Send us out, Chris.
What's your outro?
Hi. Thank you for listening. We're just 4 silly guys in a silly room singing silly.
Boa noite.
Goodbye.